knew you. And I'm with you, actually. This is a good anti-mage.
Can't really kill him easily.
Is it a good game for AM versus Brood? Aren't you gonna lose everything like very early on?
The lane is actually pretty easy, just burning him earlier.
Soul Ring?
You just get your Ring of Health, you should be able to farm quite easily, and then at some point you can just lane swap with the Mars if it gets too much.
Yeah, but I am with Lizard that I think that the map is going to get mauled.
It is not easy, but they need a win condition because they banned all the carry heroes themselves.
Yeah.
And this Arc 1 pick also prevents
Yeah, you usually
Razor from one carry.
I think you want the DA, right? Like, you usually want these here. Anything that can jump her?
DA or AM? I just like AM because he's not as easily killed. DA. Because they have a lot of
Isn't
problems
pretty
right now.
sick versus Brood as well?
Choose your hero.
I mean, it is good versus Brood in the lane, but it's not nearly as good versus Arc Ward in late game like these other two did. Yeah, they're laughing, they're enjoying themselves, feeling it.
Good. I think the hero is a bit underused considering how strong he is. You just need heroes that can potentially buy time. Broodmother is that hero. So is Tiny. They have a lot of like late game potential. Their high ground defense is super strong. But I told myself something. I told myself that I'm never gonna bet on the Brood ever again. I just feel the hero falls off. Yeah, you can be annoying. You kill that tower. Still didn't figure out the right itemization on the hero. Pipe looks good, like if you get a Greaves it's also fine, but then the third item is kind of meh all the time. Also, Beakup, I believe you have some sounds prepared?
Yeah.
Because we were not satisfied with your performance, you know.
Yeah, you guys sounded like a bunch of dead cats, so I'm going to try and do my own elephant call here. But just definitely not...
Definitely not playing it off the phone.
Oh, is that loud enough? There's nothing in my sleeve, see? Oh, well. Yeah. See? Very convincing. I didn't know production had that ready. I was just... I'm going elephant. Yeah, I threw my voice the entire way.
Yeah, I believe I'm gonna go with D-Master. I don't like the Brood.
Stop jungling, let's push. Run.
Run. Prepare for battle.
I love the elephants. I'm still doing it. Like, I don't even have to move my mouth and I just make elephant noises. It's kind of just one of those talents, you know?
Yeah, you're a man of multiple talents, but stick to what you know the best. Do the play-by-play. Yeah, hype me up for this one.
So, as we know, it's a very important game. As it's been the last 6 weeks or so, every game has been very important. I'm definitely not watering down the meaning of very important game. I'll say that. But Aster, this could mean potentially coming in third, and for Elephant, potentially a chance at making a major this season.
Yeah, if Aster wins this one, then they are guaranteed, like, very important series.
Yeah,
one of the most important series.
Probably the most important.
Yeah, in the series
up to this point.
In the history of the important series.
In the history of the important series. There's like, I think somebody was doing the math. I was kind of doing the math. If like Aster end up in third somehow, and like Vici take first in that three-way tiebreaker if it happens, like there's some math where it ends up where 5 teams make it to the major or make it to TI for China, and it's crazy and could be locked pushed in.
To be honest, that's something that I want to see, because the Chinese teams look the strongest during the major. Watching the other regions as well, it would be a shame if we don't have like at least 4 Chinese teams, I would say.
Yeah.
FPI. Considering how good they were, and look at this, strong lanes against the Broodmother. This is what I want to see. This hero relies on using that insatiable hunger early on. Now they're swapping the target.
Yeah, FY is dead here. First blood for Monet.
Lanham starting with the boots of speed so he can run them down this time around. Leech Seed. This is such a strong lane for Team Aster.
Usually, spiders hide in trees. Right now, this spider is hiding from it. Not the way you want to live your spider life. There was a mother in one of my pubs that went like E-Blade. It was blowing up supports. E-Blade with the spawn spider wings down.
Doesn't sound too good. But I want to see some different type of an item build. Yesterday, it's like Haggard and Scepter from Cuckoo, which was really awkward. One of the worst ones I've seen. Like, especially how the game was developing. Didn't really like that one. I think it's more of a Broodmother item where you get that Axe and just be more annoying. But from the off lane, you need some utility, but I also want to see some scaling potential. Yeah, he's just straight up dead, I think, on the top lane. Couple more right clicks,
Yeah,
another
the root there, and Yang will die to Lanham, who is now 1-0-1. So each of them getting their own kill and their own assist, taking out this Brood. The thing about Cuckoo's Brood, though, in that series yesterday, when he had opportunities to push, the other team was completely occupied. He stayed stationary mid instead of pushing.
I don't want to talk too much about it. He was having a bad game. I think Broodmother, even though it can sound and looks like the hero is very easy to play, you actually need to understand how much you can pressure with the hero, where you need to be. Your team also needs to understand like how to play with the Broodmother in the team. So it's really not that simple. It's a simple concept for Broodmother as a hero. I'm gonna stay in the lane, pressure, take the tower,
Dyer's
take over
courier
the
has
jungle.
been slain.
But they seem to find a solution how to counter it. FY, forced to TP out, TP's back to base.
Taking FY out of the equation for a little bit. 1K lead already for Aster.
They don't have much AoE to deal with the spiders. Pretty much it's just Mars. I want to see what the item build on Troll is going to be. We've staying away from Battle Fury. I wouldn't mind seeing Battle Fury here just to be able to deal with spiders. Gonna give you that regen in the lane, but considering that he's going for 2 raid bans, I don't think he will get Battle Fury.
We'll see how this Red Panda Nyx goes.
The reason why I'm talking about Battle Fury
Yeah.
compared to Maelstrom, Maelstrom jumps only 4 times. It really does not deal well with the spiders.
The other Fire Snap Cookie and the little Shredder out on the White Album, he's forced to TP away. I'll TP back to the tier 1.
And try to go for the bottom room, but there is nothing there. Let's see the rotation on the mid lane. Lanham will TP. It's not a TP from base, but we'll just use the healing salve to get him back to full HP. Lanham is the bro. Lanham is the type of a guy that if you're playing a carry, you want this guy to support you.
Right. Feels like he's always up there in terms of the top support talks in the division, in the region.
We didn't talk too much about the bottom lane. Arc Warden, low on mana, brought the Raindrop just to cover himself against some more damage. Nyx has not the strongest position 5, can be annoying with that mana burn, which he skills early on.
Man, FY just gets run down here by Lanham. Like, this turns into, yeah, he takes like 2 or 3 shots, has to Fire Snap Cookie himself to the low ground. Monet just follows up on that. They've got the slow and another kill.
And once again, to go back to the itemization, Maelstrom is okay. Ethereal is also okay as well, something that we've seen being very popular lately after the Battle Fury nerfs. And he still decides to go for Battle Fury. Okay, we're back. Okay. I was thinking just because he went like all these small items, which is gonna delay the Battle Fury.
Right.
2 raid bands plus a magic wand. It's quite a lot of an investment. But as said at the start, I was trying to go through the thought process. I don't mind the Battle Fury. I think it's a much better choice because it deals well with the spiders.
Is this a game where you look shard for Broodmother?
Eventually, yeah. That shard upgrade is really good. But right now you need to start thinking about how to get some CS, because it's not looking good. Mid lane, White Alba picking up Arcane Rune. They will try to pressure a tower potentially. We see Lanham also lurking around, and he is leaving Monet alone on the top lane.
Masterfully denied.
Then over in the bottom lane, you've got Borax, who's just draining the mana from Red Panda. He's not allowed to really do much of anything in that lane. Our Gordon's only 23 and 4.
Denied.
The lane's going much better for Aster this time around.
Tiny will need to be the playmaker for the team. Nyx Assassin adds a position 5. Needs levels. Snapfire, pretty much the same thing. Top lane didn't go too well right now. FY just trying to stack a bit more in the jungle to get the levels. Tiny will definitely be the one clearing that up. So this will allow, like these stacks they have in the triangle, will allow Tiny to get that Tiny on a Blink Dagger, and they will get some levels for Snapfire. That level 6 will be very important. Arc Warden does not want to play Dota early on. It's all about that Midas. I'll be in a triangle, keep farming, get that Maelstrom, buy boots, and then be annoying with the Boots of Travel. So, slow start for Elephant.
Not exactly what you want, though, if you're working with a Brood, right?
Exactly, that's why I didn't really like the Brood Mother thing. And top lane.
They go for Brood once again, yeah, and get
Do they
run
have a
down
root?
under the tower, but he'll escape.
Is a great conductor.
Borax decided to put another point in mana drain, since he was playing against Nyx Assassin. You burn my mana, I steal your mana. Smoke from Aster. Let's see where they decide to rotate. They would definitely like to get a kill on Tiny.
Just getting body blocked for a second, but Red Panda, I'm not sure he really has enough for this.
That's a good
no way.
Mars, okay.
No chance they're getting this kill.
It's just straight up hood, magic wand,
My
super tanky. Mars success has been amazing. Season 1, Season 2, just looks very solid on the hero. Knows what needs to be done. Great itemization, understands where most of the damage is gonna come from. It's magical damage, Tiny, Nyx, Snapfire plus Arc Warden.
I have that 1k lead. And success, like you said, he's been on it this entire, I would say, year almost with this Mars. We've seen a couple players struggle with this Mars, struggle to land some of their spears.
Yeah, you want to name them or what?
No, I'm not outing anybody.
Okay.
You know, in the region. I just could assume all offliners, I guess. Keen boots early for this Brood. Okay. With the Soul Ring as well, so trying to keep that mana up. Now working with these Spiderlings, see if
Dire's top
we
tower
can
is
gain some
under
farm
attack.
here around the jungle, maybe take over. But for right now, I mean, it's almost close that Aster have all top 3 heroes on the network. Azero, the only one who's behind at the moment, he's behind the Tiny.
Good rotation from Mars to the top lane. Understands that he can't die to Broodmother. God's Rebuke is only level 1, so he's just keeping it until Troy comes back.
And they've got the sun should die. Yang looking very dead. They get the root, they'll get the kill. XXS getting credit for that one. And a Spiderling without the Brood Mama. Not really much to worry about. They do finally have that Midas though on Eurus, so his farm's gonna start to elevate. Find themselves FY. Nature stressed again, and they just need one more shot to get the kill.
Radiant's top
Lockdown FY,
tower
White
is under
Alba getting
attack.
another, and it's a 2k lead. Elephant yet to get on the board.
Nyx Assassin still level 4. Tiny also decided to go for phase boots. instead of rushing the Blink Dagger and then going back to Phase Boots. So his initiation is going to be delayed by good 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because he was holding a decent chunk of gold, and I think he was thinking to himself whether or not he could make that decision to go
In this
straight
situation, I would prefer if it's a straight up Blink Dagger, so he can play with the team, buy some time. Already mentioned that he needs to be the playmaker, and without the Blink Dagger, gonna be harder. This ward scouting Tiny, so they know what's happening. Also, I don't think Mars is the target that they can just blow up. Could 1300 gold. They will still try to
Dire's
go
top
for it.
tower is
There needs to
under
be some
attack.
kind of rotation from Aster.
They just don't have nearly enough
They
damage
can be
at the
annoying.
moment, but they're gonna body whatever his kisses, and yeah, you need that +1 to get that kill.
They needed to rotate Lion to stop the possible
Dire's
Mortimer's kisses,
structures are
Stream Protector
fortified.
on the level 5.
Dire's
Cannot,
top tower is
interrupt
under
anything.
attack.
This can now turn into a tower, which is good here for Elephant to open up this side of the jungle for this brood. Yang has been taking quite the harassment, but now I
Dire's
think
top
he's
tower
kind of
has
found himself a place
Radiant
to nest.
structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is
We'll see
under
if that ends
attack.
up being the case. This gets Somnus closer to his Blink Dagger. Hurt. Just with 1 TP, so not much to lose.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
bottom lane
has
just goes down to
fallen.
Monet. And Red Panda's over here. He does not have level 6, so we have to get away. They missed the Earth Spike. The Hex in the finger. More than enough damage to get Red Panda. Dying for the first time this game.
Red Panda, first season, second season. Player that does not get too much farm priority. Always sitting at the bottom network, pretty much.
Yeah,
Just doing his job, getting the wards out. But there are position 5 players that have a bit of a different playstyle in the Chinese region, where they tend to get more farm, while this is more of a position 6. I call it.
Fly just fire snap cooking away. This 2k lead, we'll see if it holds, but they need to make sure that they stay on Yang, because taking that tower did open up the jungle. Tiny's gonna have that Blink Dagger soon. For Elephant, with that Blink Dagger, their moment could be coming, in a second, for them to have a bit of a power spike. Once you have 6 on this Nyx, which he still doesn't have. Go in and use that Vendetta, beat a ward, blink in, avalanche toss with a Vendetta shot, and you might be able to get a kill. He gets caught once again, Plasma Field out, and White Album's got the kill on Red Panda, so that'll delay that level 6 even longer.
Battle Fury is also delayed. Talked about how these small items are going to delay it, and we can see still going to be a good timing. It's a double rate band. He's fight ready pretty much with these items, involved in 6 out of 7
Dire's
kills.
middle tower
Still going to
is
go for the
under
Battle
attack.
Fury. Wants to be able to scale. Should be like Battle Fury SMY or just casual Yasha into BKB. Maybe Yasha BKB is something if you're playing into so many stuns mid lane.
Avalanche toss, fires that moving the other way to get away from Lanham. XXS comes in with the round 3. Anyway, they get through the lineup as well, Blitz, but they end up losing Somnus and Amplify in return, a 2 for 2 real quick. Panda does go into the Vendetta this time, but it's not really leading to much.
Just a defensive Vendetta, also known as a zoning one. I love the term zoning in Dota.
It's a Defendetta?
Maybe, yeah. So Razor going into BKB, has Haste Rune in the bottle. Every single time I see Razor, this hero just pops off. Good ulti there from Lanham, keeping them in place. Tiny, a lot of slows, which is a great setup for Arena. It's on the mid lane, XXS does not die from it. Still has a good available, will pop it.
Now they're going to go after Red Panda, and they'll get another finger stack off, killing him. The chase is on. White Album moving forward. He does have a haste, but they don't fully commit there.
And you'll need to fully commit, especially on the towers. You're playing against the Treant Protector, 2 points and 11 Garber, so the cooldown needs to drop lower going into Holy Locket. I believe Lanham was the one who introduced us to this type of a build, which I really like. Just amplifying the heal. It works even on the towers.
Yeah, just having that straight holy locket build is what he wants.
Oh my.
We've seen some different builds on the tree, but it feels like this has become the norm. With Dagger being built for the Mars as well as the Lion, so they have that blink initiation to get in there. It's already looking okay for them without those blinks, and it's just going to be about the positioning and getting that arena down as well as Link or Spike Finger, because you've already got 2 stacks on Borax. Like, he's stacking quite well. They've got the stacks trying to TP out. Monet, though, goes to the battle trance. Red Panda with the Spike Carapace, trying to kite him as much as he can. They've got the dome, and they should have the control.
Dyer's middle tower is
Have a
under
way to
attack.
TP out of this. They'll stay on him. They'll toss him up in the air and eventually take out Monet.
Finally, Red Panda manages to find a good opening. They get a big kill.
Oh, now
Dyer's
Spike's
middle
on
tower is
Dagger.
under
This is
attack.
TP. So one carries TP, stops the next one as well. Both will die, and that is not what you want if you're Elephant. However, White Album forced to pop BKB as he gets chased here by this Brood, who is starting
Dyer's
to get a
middle
little bit of
tower is
farm
under
while
attack.
staying in that jungle, all nested up.
Troll with the Battle Fury now. I think he
Dyer's
can be the
middle
one
tower has
in his
fallen.
own jungle, can be in a triangle as well, but deals well with the Brood Mother and the Spiderlings. Want to see what the next item for Mars is gonna be? Is it gonna be a BKB? Because he feels super tanky. I also want to see him being able to scale. I don't mind seeing a Deso. Because right now, I'm gonna say he feels unkillable. Brood
Yank
Mother.
hit with that overgrowth, and it's not looking good for him. He'll take the time. Heroes out of the field. Just kills him. But now Samus, he jumped into this. Fire's not looking to get down to the low ground. He was setting himself up for departure. A little bit interesting that he wanted to go, but they did get the kill to the tree in the end of the day.
So Monet, no SMY, just wants to have a defensive item for himself, goes straight into BKB. I mean, he's not committing. He might change his mind. Maybe if they get to Roche, he will be able to skip it. Get it as a third item potentially. Get that SNY online. BKB feels safe. Safe choice against all the magical damage that they got. We didn't talk too much about the Arc Warden. Finishing the Maelstrom, now going into Boots of Travel. Pretty standard stuff. Continues to farm up.
BKB feels safe like a blanket during a thunderstorm. Wrap yourself in it. The magic community. Feel safe.
Brood again.
Getting caught in the figure here. Spike XXS getting the kill on a Yank. Spiders will run after this Lion, but not do anything. Mortimer's Kisses. And F1 kind of standing up on this. I don't know if this is the way you want to go. Fire Snap Cookie into an interesting spot, but right into the hands of Monet. Elephant. This is a lot
Dyer's middle
different than
tower
their
is
first
under
game where it
attack.
felt like they were more disciplined in
Radiant's
going
top
and
tower is under attack.
saving their friend syndrome coming out. Now they're just kind of running bodies at him.
Brood Mother does not provide you with much if Vendetta
Dyer's
is on a
structures are
cooldown. This is
fortified.
why I'm not a big fan. At the start of the
Dyer's
season,
bottom tower is
second
under
season,
attack.
I was like, man, this Brood
Radiant's
Mother,
top
she can
tower
do
has
so much,
fallen.
but he figured out how to play against her. Get a strong lane, especially in this game. Treant Protector plus Troll, they got a couple of kills, not just on the Brood Mother, but also as support. Set up Troll for a good game. Battle Fury is online, getting closer to that BKB, keeps farming level 15, getting a lot of levels from it. Tiny, a bit of a different item build. We love that Echo Saber, we see it quite often, but now decides to get a Force Staff. Wants to be able to break the link from Razor, save people, good kiting potential. Still, maybe they're just relying. I would love to see a scaling item. You know, I don't mind the Force Staff. E-Blade is also okay-ish. It's a kiting tool. It's something that amplifies your damage output.
Found and killed again. Red Panda dying to XXS. All that said, it's right now just a 4K lead, but it does feel like Aster are starting to take over around the map.
The reason why I want Tiny to be able to scale, because Brood Mother does not scale from the off lane. It's more about that utility. Greaves, Pipe, maybe get AC if you can get enough farm, but still you don't deal damage with the hero. It's all about the spiders. If they can take another good fight around the mid lane. Potentially can turn it into Roche. They have enough damage. Troll BKB done in 200.
So going down, Spear again. Sends the follow-up, so it's not looking likely that Somnus gets out of this one, if at all. And yeah, Somnus dead to White Album. They bring.
It's time to
they
go
need to get
inside the pit, I believe, because there's still a couple of seconds left on that double damage. They can force a fight without the arena, without fingers online. Never mind. So yeah, Bars can tank the Roche. Scan connect from Radiant. They know something is up. There are no vents around the Roche pit, so Broodmother will need to place a couple of those. Euro's trying to send in illusions. The scouting south. Roche already at 30% HP. Here come the cookies, the kisses.
Yeah, so the kisses force the BKB of Monet. They'll go after Red Panda with the spike carapace, but BKB's gonna pop, so they don't really even care about the spike carapace. They'll get the kill on the next set, and he'll buy back. They don't have Somnus for another 6 seconds. So they've got the Aegis, the stun comes out to the tree, but Red Panda again, and he's not really landing those stuns onto the healers that he needs to. They get the kill on the lineup, but he's ready to be the sacrificial lamb on this one. Warax on the run, blinks out, might even just be safe. They want to chase him, they want to get this kill, they want to get something out of it. They'll toss him onto Borax, they'll have the spawn Spiderlings, and they will get the Spiderlings out of the body of this Lion. But you've given up the Aegis over to Aster. It wasn't the best fight from Elephant. You do now have Eurus top of the net worth. Maybe that's something to look forward to.
Finished Mjolnir, which can be annoying, and I like that Eurus is not fooling around with his item build, going now into BKB. There's going to be a ton of damage from him. After dying only once, pretty much he's been having a really good game. Like, you should not underestimate the kiting potential that they have with the Arc Warden. You need to get inside the bubble to deal damage, the overtime damage from Mjolnir, Flux, Slow. Like, once the BKBs drop, it's gonna be tough for Aster. It sounds like they have a lot.
Radiant
4K gold lead is okay. White Album, BKB on bottom.
Yeah, so now that's going to be a BKB that's down to 6 seconds. So that's the bottom of the BKB total ball. In terms of timing. They're wrapping around on FY. They've got the blink as well as the spear. They'll get this kill. Finger there.
Middle tower is under attack.
Borax 4 stacks on that finger. They don't have a top tier 2.
Has fallen.
They haven't taken the tier 2
Dyer's
on
bottom
Aster
tower
just yet,
is
but that's what they
under
want to do.
attack.
That's their next
Radiant's
goal. Their
middle
next
tower
objective
is
is to
under
take the mid
attack.
tier 2.
Radiant
I'd like to
structures
see
are fortified.
maybe even Yang force in top and force them back. But they don't even commit too heavily onto the tier 2 and
Radiant's
they just
middle
back away.
tower is under attack.
He's going for the
Dyer's
Mars, he knows
bottom
exactly
tower
where
is
Somnus is.
under attack.
They
They set
see
up.
Arc Warden clone.
Dyer's
TP.
bottom tower
They
has
instantly
fallen.
back off. Big success. Still does not have a BKB. Decides to get a heart. Will make him tankier. You know, the region is really good. But eventually, I think he still needs to get a BKB. Red Panda once again warms up the map for him.
Yeah, and he'll be caught, which is now the 6th time, becoming, evolving from Red Panda to Food Panda.
What sort of prize is
Food delivery app here, if you guys weren't aware.
That was a good joke. It was a
It
good
was
joke.
for the people who know the app, maybe. I don't know. It was out in Southeast Asia as well, so it's a wide range joke, maybe. I stole it from Trump. I can't lie. Jen picked up. Fly. Throws spear onto the Tempest double to get himself in the dome. Join him within the dome. The Tempest double will just give
Radiant's
away
bottom
more
tower
and
is
more
under
gold.
attack.
Tier 2 bottom is in jeopardy.
Radiant's
White
bottom
Album.
tower has fallen.
Super farmed on the Razor. SNY, BKB, Mask of Madness. Can disassemble that Mask of Madness. Like this is a later Mask of Madness where it's just a attack speed farming tool. Gives you damage. It's very hard to break the high ground for both of these teams if they decide to go for tier 3s. On the one side you have double bubble, Arc Warden, then playing into Treant Protector is always going to be tricky. A lot of abilities that can move you into the direction where you don't want it. Force staffs, tossbacks, and we have a spear from Team Aster. No big team fights, it's pretty much just pickoffs. Elephant playing this one for the later stages of the game. They put a lot of trust in Arc Warden.
Yeah, who has finished the BKB. Art comes out for the Mars. You do have Yang. Got to the Guardian Greaves. He's got the pipe. He has 1,700 gold. I want to say I want him to get Shard. I'm just wondering about, well, you know, these BKB durations aren't exactly that high for the side of Aster, and an AoE 80% mischance seems pretty significant.
Yeah, 80% chance, just anything that's 80% in Dota feels a bit too much.
It feels like 100.
Yeah. You land 2 out of 10 hits.
Potentially.
So you either need a lot of attack speed, or you need the MKB.
Yeah. I think it would force them into something different. Like I said, you've already got Razor, who's down to a 6-second BKB. Trolls is 8, so he's only used 1. But as time goes on, Silken Bulla could be maybe a bit more devastating. Although it might get countered if they just buy MKB. However, they do have to buy MKB. Arena, Red Panda caught again. Spiderwing's thrown onto XXS. He'll take some damage here from one of those kisses that gets stopped by the Earthsmith Avalanche as well as the taunt. They're going to go to Borax. They've got the Hex out onto Somnus. The BKB, and the BKB's going to run out early. Lanham caught away from the team. They've got Yang going on him with Eurus, who pops his own BKB. They get the kill to 2. They're looking for White Album with the right click coming through. Monet now needs to run. White Album, he's caught, but he TP's out. So, he's out of the fight. Monet and XXS. Somnus with a blink in 2. You catch him enough to toss him back to his team. Yes, he will. XXS, though, he's staying and trying to wait help. Monet, look at the battle trance off.
Execution style.
Spear lands, hits on Yang. Yang has Guardian Greaves available in just a second, so he can be very survivable on this side of Elephant. They get the kill on Monet. They're going to bring White Album back in as well as Lanham. XXS trying to tank this with the bulwark. He's also got that bulwark. It's not going to be enough. They've got that electric damage. The fire's not cookie. The lockdown is there. They'll get the kill onto XXS. And all of a sudden, Aster have thrown it all away. The game's sitting even.
It's that one big fight that Elephant
Dyer's
wanted to
middle
have.
tower is under attack.
With Arc Warden, have
Dyer's
those 2
structures
Mjolnirs,
are
multiple
fortified.
Foxes, Spark Rates. I like, even though the game's even right now in terms of network, I feel that they can't close out the game. I've seen this so many times when they play against the Arc Warden positioning from Europe.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
XXS decided to go on Nyx Assassin in that fight, and they have no vision, they have no sentries, they have no dust, so he just walks away with Vendetta. The kiting potential is too strong. You have how many? There's gonna be 1 Force Staff on Stampart, you have 1
Dyer's
Force on
middle
Nyx,
tower has fallen.
3rd one on Tiny. You know what I say.
Dyer's bottom
4
tower
Force
is
Staffs,
under attack.
You're pretty set, you know, your kiting potential is good, especially in this game. And then the overtime damage is gonna kick in. Something that heroes don't like to play into is mana burn. Like Nyx Assassin, if he gets a couple of rounds of spells, multiple carapaces. Like these BKBs, these are 6-second BKBs, 7-second, doesn't really matter at this
Dyer's
point.
bottom
because,
tower is under attack.
too much. Like you need to go in, you need to enter the bubble to deal the damage, then your whole BKB duration is gone, and this is where Arc Warden kicks in.
So now that Elephant have a 1k lead, Roche is up. That's going to be Shard available. We'll see who they end up giving it to on either side if they take Roche. As Arc Warden almost into the MKB. Again, I think giving Shard over to Brood could be massive. Going onto the end
Dyer's
as they've got
bottom
Yules
tower
picked
is
up on the
under
Tiny. So going
attack.
into a lot of control and kiting for the Tiny.
Interesting build. Like, this is not a scaling
Radiant's top
build. He will
tower is
still
under
get the
attack.
farm, uses combo.
Dyer's bottom tower
The
has
creep
fallen.
wave. But if he gets the E-Blade,
Is a
this is the
great
old Tiny build back in, I don't know, 2014, 15, where you can't really die, you go in, blink, you use your combo, 4-step out, dual scepter if needed.
I'm very surprised that they just aren't aware of this, or even...
I think they know, it's just they don't care too much about it. Let's see who decides to pick up the shard. It's Razor, because they don't have good shard carriers in this game. Razor shard is Stun Surge, gives you like, what's the percentage? 18 chance when attacked, or when targeted with a spell. Just Logic Lightning, 150 damage, and slow 50% slow is quite a lot, but duration is 1.5.
Flames dropped. Yang, he's farming top. He's ahead of this Mars by 3,000 gold. I think the one that's really sticking out to me, though, is the Tiny. Only got 12k. Somnus. We've looked at this build a couple times. We've kind of mentioned it, just how interesting. It's a bit of a more controlling build than anything else.
It's all about the survivability. Going in, resetting, waiting until BKBs are down so he can use his combo 2-3 times in a team fight. And he's the one holding Ceremonial Robe. I really like that item, lowering the status resistance and the magic resistance, so more damage, more stun duration. They have a bunch of stuns.
White Album, he's going to be caught here. Impale, Avalanche, and the Toss.
Dyer's
Order's Kiss
middle
is also
tower
coming
is under
through.
attack.
They just don't have the damage to kill off White Album, and now they're starting to retreat. Brax comes in with BKB, pop by Furious, and now they're going to TP out. Real hard worded. Fingertips to Brax low, sending in the tap is double to try and help out. They're going to pull the Brax. Can they save FY? Maybe they can. Into the dirt for a second, but they finally get the kill on the FY on the other side of the fight, though. They've caught themselves XXS. White Album trying to fight this with the Tempest Double, still trying to do what he can. They got the stun out onto this White Album Razor. XXS taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Control, but it's out of control with the kills. XXS spawns Spider on top. He's going to pop with the multiple spiders, and there he goes. So Yang, he's got a lot of children to try and throw at the way of Aster, but here comes Monet with Battle Trance, and they're going to be able to kite out this troll. He runs further and further in. The question is, do they want to go back in on this?
Elephant
Clean up these spiderlings.
You do not kill this troll. Satanic already, plus Aegis. Arc Warden already TP'd, so he will have a TP ready back up again.
Avalanche.
I still don't know how. You need to deal with the rest and then deal with the troll, because right now he's a bit too tanky with Aegis. They can mana burn him, potentially not allowed to use the Battle Trance. Unfortunately for Elephant, they lost the gem. Lanham was very quick with the fingers, used Courier straight away, picked up both of the gems, now holding one.
We got one still on his Courier.
Balance the scale.
Satanic picked up for White Album now, so multiple Satanics. Satani.
Try it again.
Satana? Satan Oxen?
It's not Latin, so it has to be a Latin word like Ignis Fatus. What else do we have in Latin?
Satanis, like Avalanche Toss through into Borax, but they've got the Hex and Mortimer's Kisses coming with the Static Link that's going to be under the Tiny. They've got the stun that hits on Alanum. They've got Red Panda moving up deal with the damage coming out onto the tree. They'll get the kill on Alanum. They'll take him out. He's dead for 74 seconds.
Radiant's
Dominating
top
here,
tower
and
is
now
under
4-step
attack.
forward from Red Panda. They spot XXS. They're going to Monet in with the Whirling Axes, and they've got the Spawn Spiderlings on him. He's slowed up quite a bit.
Someone on Team Aster will need to buy Nullifier, because they're just getting kited by these four.
He's looking at it. He's going to go mana.
Get the last word.
BKB available.
Yang, he's caught out of position here. He's going to be hit with the spear, but he's got the Aeon. That's going to pop. Monet, Somnus looking for an opportunity to jump in on this. They'll pop the BKB on White Album, and he's going to throw himself forward. Fire Snap Cookie sends Somnus the other way. They can't get the stun out as BKB lasts long enough for him to TP away. But Elephant are now in your face.
And this is it. This is what I talked about. Arc Warden, 4th staff, an extra attack range coming up from that Dragon Lance, has Enchanted Quiver, level 20 talent. I don't think you can win this game. might sound stupid, maybe I'm having a bad read, but the kiting potential is too strong. I mentioned the nullifier. Let's see who decides to get it. Okay, Mars queues up one. He understands that these 4-staff Fuel Scepter Ghost Scepters are causing too much issue. I wouldn't mind seeing a double one.
That cookie sends the Tempest double the other way, but Money's taking a lot of damage. Forced to pop that BKB. He does have the battle trance. He looks over at Red Panda. Now looking, searching, Satanic, healing up. Tempest doing a lot to him. White Album now into the Avalanche. Look at the damage. They hit so hard onto the Razor. He walks forward for a second and immediately turns around and goes out.
It's funny because they trying to focus someone and then you commit with the BKB. You're putting yourself in a very bad position. Arc Warden, like, he can still grow, you know, he can get that Aghanim Scepter, even more damage, causes Spark Rate to spawn a new Spark Rate. His Shard is also not bad for the later portions of the game. It pushes you out, so you can't deal the damage, you need to run back in. More magic resistance, and even more kiting potential. Slow, 20% slow.
I'm still... I lived on this Brood Shard, I'm sorry.
This is gonna be a long game. Broodmother also decided to go for E-Blade, so your public build, the one, yeah, your public match that you talked about. I want to see a second nullifier.
E-Blade on Tiny too.
First, yeah, I want to see one nullifier, and then maybe I want to see a second nullifier because it's very hard to deal with. Nullifier has a low cooldown.
Walking around the hemisphere of the Tempest double, the Spider Wings go out on the White Album with the barrage coming through from Elephant for the moment. The hand is popped out. They've got to down around the Spider. They're going to kill the Broodmother. They're going to kill the egg, and they're going to turn this now over onto Tiny. Soundness has been caught. These Mortar's Kisses really don't hurt much. They'll get the kill on a 2, and neither of them have buyback. So Elephant kind of getting caught there with the pants down, and has to take advantage.
Yeah, good jump. Like, if they can spread the team fight, they got nothing inside the arena, so that's a good one. If arena is used, they get
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Can't use the
Dire's structures are fortified.
So they need to focus out those heroes.
Radiant's
Still a
middle
lot of time
tower
without
has
these two
fallen.
heroes, and they're going to be able to push the
Dire's bottom tower
it's
is
Arc
under
Warden,
attack.
Tiny.
Radiant
Does not have a
structures are
buyback there
fortified.
because Broodmother, they invested all of their gold, but look at the bottom lane, you can see yours pushing in. You need to commit. That's why it has double damage, but I don't think they can take the tower. It's being healed up by a Dream Protector. He's trying, he's giving his best. That's why I need to kill it, because otherwise he's going to be full HP.
Blink in with the spear, but he's not going to win it. They've got the Spike Carapace as well as the impel onto the bar. They're trying to get the damage out on the XXS. Scarabata comes in, that doesn't land, I believe. The BKB's been popping White Album, and they got themselves the melee rats. X through, as well as the stun onto this Nyx Assassin. They actually force that from forward. They force that from again. We're going to land the impel on White Album, but it's just a little bit short. It's the story of my life.
Okay, Shorty. They take the melee racks, that's what matters. And they defend the tier 3 tower on the bottom. So nothing too much of the value lost. Roche may respawn. Elephant's best chance is defending the high ground with Arc Warden, of course. And then potentially tossing people back. But when they're caught outside the base, like if they get jumped,
Yeah.
well, how's Nullifier doing? Still ways need, yeah, a couple of thousand.
They may have a chance to get Roche here. It's up in a couple of seconds, and Elephant are the ones near the pit, or, well, closest to the pit. If they back off and they get the timing right on this, they can potentially have themselves an Ags or a Refresher Shard with Aegis and Cheek.
And it's up. Let's see what it is. It's Aghanim Scepter.
So, could give that to the Nyx Assassin. That could be big, defending your high ground or even sieging a high ground. They know that it's up, but Aster, they don't want to let this go the way Elephant did prior to this. The axe is into the pit, Illusion chasing.
This is gonna be big. If Troll can get the Aghanim Scepter, like, he can dispel E-Blades on himself and he can dispel enemies. So it's a good nullifier, kind of a budget nullifier, and he's going into one nullifier, which I really like. I really think they might need to.
Door to the Tempest double. They will claim some gold, 300 going to the Razor. And Somnus again pushing out this tower bottom, or pushing out this lane bottom. Lane lanes are getting pushed in bottom
Dire's
and
bottom
mid.
tower is
So
under
Aster
attack.
may have to deal with this timeless relic picked up for Elephant. Leveler here for Aster. We'll see what Arc Warden wants to hold. Goes with the Illusionist Cape. They had a Spell Prism on him before, but now Broodmother gets it with the E-Blade and the Spawn Spiderlings. You have Spawn Spiderlings every 5.7 seconds, and you have E-Blade every 16. You could be outputting quite a bit of damage here with that ulti. Avalanche comes out, hits on a Monet for a second. Yanks into the pit, and he's trying to sneak this. Staying quiet. The
Yeah,
spider
it's gonna take a while.
trying to do his thing, going to go in after Lano. They got the damage coming out. They get the kill here onto the tree. It is just, yeah, committing to this Roche. While they're distracting Aster, it's quite the play here. Gem on the deck. And it's down to about half HP.
I like what they're doing. They're showing a couple of heroes on a mid lane to pretend they're like, we're not doing Roche. Broodmother cannot solo Roche, right, guys? It's gonna take some time, and Eurus is gonna
Not trying to hero.
buying time.
That really shows any
E-Blade protecting this from Arc Warden.
Roche still a third health. This is taking such a long time.
Without, like, all the spiders died, so it's gonna take a bit more time.
And they're using these spark rays to block them. If they want to come down these steps at the top and even search for if he's doing it,
I don't think they
have to walk
they
down.
probably
They're
think
not-
Broodmother is somewhere around, and now they're showing the heroes. They decide to go in.
Roshan has fallen
They
great.
picked up a Samus. Okay.
Mix it up. Let's see who gets the Aghanim Scepter.
It's given to the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, makes sense, because Arc Warden is okay. It's nothing spectacular, but compared to Nyx Assassin, we always talk about it. So let's see the nullifiers. There is enough gold on Troll to buy it. Razor decided to go for the refresher. There's going to be 2 BKBs, 2 links, 2 ults.
The scale are linked.
And one is being built on XXS. He's getting closer and closer. So Eon Discs, 4-staff Glimmer Capes, Yule Scepters, all that stuff is gonna get nullified.
So now Brood wanting to go to that Ags. Increase movement speed and max web count. And then if you get that shard, it's the Circuit Bullet AoE, as well as, I believe, 15 seconds off the recharge time on those webs, even though it doesn't say it in the tooltip.
Hidden Gem, Hidden Eastern Egg.
They, I want to say, yeah, they popped the BKB on the Tempest double.
There's still Timeless Relic not being used, and the Trickster Cloak. Trickster Cloak now is dispelled by Nullifier, so before it wasn't, but Timeless Relic, 25% debuff duration. I want to see that on Nyx Assassin. It's the best item on the Nyx.
Yeah, right now he's holding an apple. Who needs the apple?
You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. He died 7 times. But definitely, yeah, he picks it up. It took him quite a while. I was wondering, like, if Somnus wants to get it. It's not just that, it's the combination of the other items. So you have 25% debuff duration on Nyx Assassin stuns. You have Ceremonial World Aura, which reduces the status resistance by 10. So that's an also longer duration stun.
They've got the spear that's going to hit with the Nyx Assassin. They've got Nullifier as well. The kill out on a red panther. They go to the overgrowth. That's only going to hit with the Snapfire. He's going to be popping by one of them as well as the refresher, but going with the double. And got the hex on the Snapfire. Keeping him alive a little bit longer, but eventually the spear comes out from XSS to get the kill. They bought back on Red Panda. And they're not really getting the best of this siege.
Nyx Assassin needs to be like Burrow, he needs to be careful. This Nullifier is a game changer for Aster, and now they're gonna have 2 pretty soon. Maybe they won't. XXS still deciding what he wants to go for. I see Refresher. We've seen what Mars with Refresher can do. Just hold him in place for such a long time.
Now my
And
enemies
Fully commits, Tempest double, Hex, Nullified, and taken care of.
Nullifier is 11-second cooldown, 5-second duration, so you pretty much have it all the time.
3K lead, and it felt like Elephant really had the advantage here with this Aegis. They've got the arena that's going to land on a Yang and disc. Well, no fire runs into Yanks in a little bit of trouble. They've got the stack up. There's one to be KBB caught by White. They're going to try to keep it close with an fire. The damage coming out. Yank's going to die. He doesn't have buyback. They've sent the Tempest double, and Elephant just seemed to be letting their advantage flop hard. And it is not going to look pretty as they take out this Tempest double once again. One nullifier seemingly looking like all they need.
The whole strategy that they had. We will kite with the Force Staff, with our Eon Disc, double E-Blade, Yule Scepters. A bit worried now. I think I've been flip-flopping quite a lot this game.
I don't want to repeat what was said earlier.
There's still a chance, you know. There's still a chance holding the high ground. Radiant using a scan. They know something is up. Let's see where they decide to strike. Bottom lane.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Read on the game. Arena comes out. XXS. He's going to go forward. Misses the spear. The Arena, though, it's going to keep him in place for a moment. No back way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Permanent Tempest double. And now the split push comes. Unfortunately for them, like, if there was no Treant Protector in this game, then our Gordon becomes like 3 times stronger. The split push that you get from him.
I'd love to know how much gold the Tempest double's given him. It's gotta be.
I think 15 died at least.
Yeah, that's another 300 from Monet.
Yeah, maybe 15 to 20 more. One way to deal with Nullifier is to get Lincoln Sphere. I don't see anyone building it at the moment.
Avalanche, toss, all the way back to the Snapfire. E-Blade, Arena coming down, it's around on Asamis. It's lost down onto Monet. They got the lockdown though, onto this Tiny. It's gonna fire on. And now this is gonna be gone. The mid-ranger's coming in to get the kill. Asamis to look over. And they'll finish off this next assassin who clawed back in the previous fight. So White Owl getting away with the kill on a Red Panda. Even with that axe, it's not gonna do much, as they haven't been able to really set their fights. They've just been fighting in random areas. It's not like when you've got the Nyx with the axe, it feels like you want to set yourself, throw, be ready, go. And instead, now he's dead for 77, and that axe is worthless because he's not alive, he's not able to defend, and Aster win that fight right by the river, they can push forward.
They can. Buyback-wise, Snapfire has one. As I mentioned, Nicholas doesn't have it. Tiny, they might need to buyback. They might need to use both buybacks. Our Gordon can hold
Think about going
for some time, but eventually they will get inside the bubble.
The buyback question is, how long are Aster going to stay? Though I mean, you go with BTB, TP out, Avalanche is well missed. Monet, though, load up. Hellfire on a Yang. Needs to be careful. Stunned in the dome. Locked him down again with the Abyssal Blade. They've got the spear. The Animals get popped. They're trying to throw this damage out and hit the fire. It's not going to let it access. This is going to be Arena down around 3. They're trying to drain them out of the way. They've got the earthquake up there. They put them back on speed. And this tree is bleak. Overload. Coming through. They get the Heroes as well. And now Heroes is forced to buy back, but they get to go on to FY. He's dead for 105 seconds. And it looks like just like that, Aster, they're going to win this game. And they're by
Dire's bottom
5v2,
tower is under attack.
right by the door of Elephant.
Yeah, with no buybacks. Like, Nyx Assassin is going to be out in a second. Hardcore can only hold for so long. Let's see the burrow from Nyx Assassin. Couple of stunts, but the damage.
They've got the Hex.
Dire's
The Avalanche comes out on the
under
Borax. Hold the
attack.
E-Blade. Looking to take this tier 4 tower. They're going
Radiant's
for White Out
middle
with the
tower is
TP out.
under attack.
Stunned up for a second. The other tier 4.
Radiant's
It's gonna go
middle
down.
tower
So the
is
throne is
fallen.
exposed, and they've got the clip. The
Radiant
BKB's gonna be popped by
structures are
Monet. Borax
fortified.
sitting in the back lines.
Oh, the finest
Radiant's
creation.
ancient
Let's
is
see how
under
long they
attack.
can use it.
You don't. And Red Panda just walks right into that. Avalanche comes through, and I don't think they have enough to hold this angle. They think they'll toss all the way back, but it's not going to be inside the realm.
Radiant's ancient
Static is on the
is
Tempest
under
double. They'll look
attack.
over, they'll take it. They'll even the series up.
I was getting the Alliance versus Nigma flashbacks when the Miracle was playing Arc Warden